Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner. And today I will be discussing Jaws, which came out in 1975 and is 124 minutes long. Didn't realize that. When a gigantic great white shark begins to menace the small island community of Amity, a police chief, a marine scientist, and grizzled fisherman set out to stop it. This was directed by Steven Spielberg and writers Peter Bingley and Carl Gottlieb. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, and stars Roy Schneider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. So, getting into this, the first time I saw this, or I couldn't tell you what age I was. I was younger, and this movie the movie starts off, and you have a girl that's going like skinny dipping out in the water and everything, and it was like there was a shot panning coming up from her from underneath, and as a kid I was like, oh, is she naked? That was my first thought. And then it was like, wait, what's happening? Oh my gosh, there's a shark. Oh no, she's dead. Because I didn't actually know what I was watching. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what it was about. So, and sharks terrified me. I mean, look at them. They don't look pleasant, but so that was my first little thoughts. And then the movie started going. I don't even think I finished the movie originally. I just scared me to death. And watched it years later. I guess I was in high school, and didn't realize even when I knew that I was watching Jaws originally, I didn't know which one. So I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. I didn't realize I had seen the first one, but this is the first one. So, and I still freaked me out a little bit. Don't like sharks, especially great whites. Just not a fan. But the movie was really good. It had a really good element of suspense and kind of horror in there at you, where you don't even see the shark that often. And the actual opening to Jaws reminds me a little bit of what Spielberg did later for Jurassic Park, where you have a form of action going, but you don't see the creatures that's doing it. It leaves it up to the imagination. Again, there's going to be the reveal, but until then, you get, just these glimpses and shots. And there was a shot where one guy was swimming trying to get to these kids, and I think that's the first shot you see where you finally see the great white like coming up on him to eat him. And as a kind of tension building moment with the music and everything, and just as a scare tactic, like that's done really well. And I think a lot of even horror movies today don't really deliver on that too often. They think that you got to throw in some CGI creature right off the bat, and you don't have to. A lot of the times the scariest thing is not actually fully seeing what the creature is that's doing this. So I think this movie did a good job of that. And you had a lot of characters that you bought into, that you were rooting for, with Brody and Quint and Hooper. I don't remember if it was, I think it was Hooper. Anyway, so, and this is one of those things where Jaws 2 and Jaws 3, they didn't do a good job, because for one, they didn't focus that as much on building the suspense and everything, and they didn't have characters that you bought into. They had stupid characters. So there's a lot that really works well for this movie, and there was a lot of problems trying to get this movie done, but you can't tell watching it. And this movie is based upon a book, which is, I believe, inspired by real life events. So it came out during the time when people were already terrified of sharks, and this didn't help. I've always been scared of sharks. I've always not liked them. So this movie certainly kind of drilled that into me. This was probably the scariest movie I'd seen as a kid, for a long time anyway. So, having these events happen, which took their inspiration, was terrifying. Not seeing the shark until, real later on in the movie, terrifying. You have characters that you really root for, and you're hoping that they succeed in getting rid of this menace, and you hope they survive and everything. You got these tension-filled moments with the music, with the shark, with the characters trying to take down this overpowered beast, and these people that are terrified to go out into the water, and everything just really works well. It's a really good movie, very classic movie, highly enjoyable, and it really doesn't have that many problems for it. Giving it a rating 1 through 10, I'm gonna go and give it. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And I just went and said, well, there's not many problems with it. Well, why did you give it an 8 out of 10? Honestly, it comes down to kind of personal taste, and I do enjoy all those moments I said. I do enjoy the character moments. The movie is a bit slow at times. It's a little too slow at times. So and some of that's fine. It's building into it, and it starts off with kind of an action oriented scene, but there's things for it, and for the great white itself, there's no real human. I don't want to say human element, no real animal element to Jaws. He is just a killer. He's there to kill. You don't really understand him, and I think if you put this as a horror movie, then it's like, okay. But if you put this as just a movie, which is what for me it is just a movie, then the shark, it's not being really the enemy, but being presented as just this killing machine, does take away from what the great whites really are. And that's not what this movie set out to do, but I gotta dock it a little bit because of that, because it just gives you one prescribed notion, and people have watched this film and really taken it wrong, in the wrong manner, to where they're like, oh, we gotta go and kill all the sharks, and it's not the point. It's not the point in this movie. This movie was just for fun and to spook you a little bit. But in any case, there's just moments like that. There's moments where you have these long dragged out pieces. I think the movie's just a little too long for my liking, but that being said, 8 out of 10 is really good. So anyway, guys, that'll wrap this up. What do you think of Jaws? Like, for me, it's one of those movies that I can still watch today. I could watch years from now, and it's still gonna have kind of a similar effect for me. It's a really good, solid film. But let me know in the comments what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Click that like button, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other reviews. Give me your opinions. I'd really like to hear them. And if you have a suggestion for a movie you want me to review, go ahead and comment down what it is, and I will get to it at my earliest convenience. So thanks, guys, and until next time, peace.